Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to do a baby boomer or a French fade or a pink and white ombre, whatever you care to call it. So I'm going to do 5 different ones, and the first one I'm going to go in with Glam and Glits Milky White and Glam and Glits Touch of Pink, and they're both from the Color Blend collection. So my technique is pretty much the same on every baby boomer that I do. And it's taken me a while to perfect this, but I think it's been mostly in part to these amazing products right here on this nail. So I'm going to take a bead of Touch of Pink, I'm going to tap it into the cuticle, and then I'm just going to brush it down the nail. And this is basically my platform. The only reason that I do this is because Touch of Pink isn't super, like, as you can see, it's kind of streaky a little bit, so I want to build up that color underneath and make it easier to blend into the white. So then I'm going to take a bead of Milky White and I'm going to put it right about where the stress area would be from the nail, which is where the free edge kind of starts. And I'm just going to fade it back a little bit, and then I'm going to pat and pull the rest of it down the length of the nail. Of course, if you have shorter nails, you're not going to have to pat and pull so much and you won't need as much product. But I add a little bit more where I need it, and then usually it helps to flip my brush back, like backwards, and blend it back. So I tend to flip my brush around and blend it back, and that gives me a really nice fade. So then, after I'm satisfied with that Milky White, I'm going to go in with another bead of Touch of Pink, and I'm going to put it at the cuticle. There it is. So I'm going to put that Touch of Pink at the cuticle, and I'm going to tap it into the cuticle area. And then I'm going to take just the top of the bead, no more than the top of the bead, and I'm going to very lightly, with the lightest touch, just feather it down the nail. And as you can see, that looks pretty good. And I think this is in part to just the blendability of the Color Blend collection from Glam and Glits, but I also think it's because Touch of Pink is a very light pink. It's almost white leaning. I don't know, like it's definitely got some white pigment in it. Like you can barely even tell what's white and what's pink. So then I usually add a little bit more of whatever color I have at the tip. In this case, it's Milky White, and I blend it back so I have the perfect fade. And I will cap that in clear later on. Apparently I was messing with the light. Alright, so now this one's a kind of an advanced technique. I'm going to go in with Ultra White from Glam and Glits in their Back to Basics powder. And then I'm going to go in with that Milky White from the Color Blend collection. There we go. And then I'm going to go in with Exclusive Nail Couture's Eternal Beige, which is their cover pink. So at the tip of this finger, I'm going to put that Ultra White. And I'm going to fade it back, but I'm not going to really worry too much about fading it. And as you can see, when I do fade it back, it's a lot harder to fade back than the Milky White was. Like it doesn't create, it's kind of patchy and it's not as smooth. It almost looks kind of grainy. That's because that's just not what this white was meant to do. This is a very white white. So what I do to combat that, if you want a little bit of a whiter tip and a brighter white tip, is I take that Milky White, which is a little bit more of a, I don't want to say sheer, but milky white, and I put it at the middle where that blend was. And this is where I'm going to create the blend that I'm going to cover with the pink. It just creates a really nice transition. This is kind of an extra step. I don't know, like I don't typically do this. If I'm doing a baby boomer, I'm probably going to do the one I showed you right before this. So then I'm going to take Eternal Beige and I'm going to make sure, again, it's really tight into that cuticle, and I'm going to take the top of that bead and I'm just going to swipe it down the nail. Now, when I first did a French fade or a baby boomer, I did it with Eternal Beige, and I thought it was really difficult to blend. but I think that's because I was working with it a little bit too dry. So you have to kind of work with it a little bit wet, and you can always build the color up. So, and the nice thing about Eternal Beige is, since it's a core powder, since it's a strength powder, if you do build it up quite a bit at the cuticle because you're building up that color, you don't need to worry about capping it. You can just cap the blend and the white tip if you would want to, and just so you don't file it away, and that's that. So as you can see, this is a little bit of a darker pink. It's all preference, and it's all preference as to where you want the fade to fall. I like mine to go a little bit past the midway point of the nail. So now I'm going to take that milky white again. Have you noticed a trend here? I love this product. And I'm going to take Makeup Pink from Exclusive Nail Couture. If you are struggling with a baby boomer, I would suggest to try fading into your plain white, which as you can see, I'm just doing as I always do with the white. I blend it back and then I pull it down the nail. I would suggest getting a pink with a fine glitter or a shimmer, because it's easier to fade glitters, in my opinion. They just seem to fade more effortlessly. You don't have to worry about them as much, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see how little I have to go back and forth with this nail. This one was probably my favorite to do. So I'm just going to neaten up that milky white. I want to keep it thin because I'm going to cap it in clear. And then I'm going to take that Makeup Pink from Exclusive Nail Couture. I'm going to keep it nice at the cuticle. And this is a little bit more sheer, but you know, it still looks beautiful faded. I'm going to take the tip of it and I'm going to fade it down. And it just creates a flawless fade. Beautiful. And the glitter goes down the white so nicely. It's just a gorgeous transition. I'm going to add a little bit more back towards the cuticle for opacity. And I'm going to brush it down. Super, super light touch. You do not need to brush it really hard. And there you go. Effortless. So for this one, I'm going to go in with Exclusive Nail Couture Diamond White, which is a glitter white, and Color Blend Collection Touch of Pink from Glam and Glits. So you have a couple ways you can do this. I personally don't necessarily like to do it the way that I kind of started out to. If I'm doing a glitter on the free edge, I like to put my base color down first, whatever I'm doing near the cuticle. Which is usually like a cover pink. I like to have my pink down first, and then I blend my glitter over top of it, because I don't like my glitter to be hidden. Now this, again, is a personal preference thing. I'm just going in there and getting rid of that harsh line, because you don't want any harsh lines when you're doing blends, because then it's not really a blend, it's just kind of a line. So yeah, I'm just going to go in, I'm going to push that back. It is a look if you want to, you know, cover the glitter a little bit with your cover pink. It's just not my taste. That's not my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to go in the cuticle with that touch of pink. And as you can see, that was a pretty big bead. So I'm going to end up brushing a lot of it down the nail, because there's more of it to brush down. And I'm going to have to go in with that diamond white again to kind of replenish a little bit of the glitter, because I do want it to be sparkly. So there's lots of ways you can do baby boomers. I'm going to show you one more after this, but there is no right or wrong way. You know, you just find what's best for you. I find that Milky White is a great, specifically from the Color Blend collection, is a great white to blend. It's just so easy to blend. It's really nice to work with. And Touch of Pink blends really well into it. But of course, you don't have to use these products. You could use whatever products you want. From what I see on other YouTubers, CJP is also really good. I don't personally order from them because it takes a lot to ship to the US, but yeah. Alright, so this last nail, I'm going to show you a fade with Glam and Glits Angel. For the white, it's like a really creamy off-white shimmer. And I'm going to use Touch of Pink from the Color Blend collection again. Alright, so I'm going to go in with Angel at the tip, and you'll see why I don't tend to like to work with Angel. It's just because these color powders like to be worked with wetter, and it's very wet, as you can see. It's like it went on like paint. And while that is typically good because you want to cap it, but you want to have a little bit of control so it's not super duper wet when you're doing fades. You want it to be more of like a clay consistency, but still so you can blend the bead back. But as you can see, the first thing I do when I put a bead down of white is I blend back towards the cuticle. You want to start to do that. If I don't already have my blend established, you want to do that because you don't want your product to set too fast, and then you're just going to be in trouble because you're going to have a harsh line. So as you can see, it's a really pretty shimmer, Angel is. And honestly, like, I would love to do like a set of wedding nails or something with this, but no one I know is getting married, so sad. But I'm going to go in with that touch of pink. And maybe. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going in with touch of pink, and I'm going to blend it down just like I always do. So I hope that you guys have kind of been able to pick something up from my baby boomer technique. Like I said, this isn't how everybody would do it, but this is how I do it. I find success doing it this way, but I think you want to get yourself really highly pigmented colors or powders and practice a lot. This did not come overnight. I think the first baby boomer I ever did was maybe 2 years ago, and it did not look pretty. So nails don't happen overnight. You don't become really good at nails just overnight. You have to practice. So, beautiful. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the shiny top coat from Exclusive Nail Couture. All of these have been capped and filed, so I'm going to top coat them. I really had trouble fading with this Eternal Beige before, but I really like it now that I kind of figured it out. I don't know. I think that looks really good. And I think this one was my favorite. I really like Makeup Pink. I think it's a super, super pretty pink. And you don't need to cap Makeup Pink. Even though it has glitter in it, you don't need to cap it, but I think it helps keep the glitter shiny. So I decided to cap it, and I think it looks really, really pretty. So once I have top coated all of these nails, they are going to go into my darling lamp from Exclusive Nail Couture for 60 seconds. And that is all I have for you today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little something. Feel free to comment below and tell me the best way that you've found to do baby boomer nails. Feel free to comment about anything else that you would like to see, or anything that I can help with in these troubling times. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody, hope you're safe and happy and healthy.